If you had the choice between choosing $100 this year, $109 next year, or $120 the following year, what would you choose? I'm guessing that many of you would have chosen $120 in 2 years, and I myself would have chosen that too, but I'm here to tell you today that $100 today is better than $120 tomorrow. So let's dive in and explore the time value of money. Hi friends, this is Jenna, and welcome back to Roundup Save. Today we're going to be talking about the time value of money, why it's so important to recognize and understand, and how to apply it to our own everyday lives. This video may be a tad math heavy, but bear with me because this is such an important concept, and I'm really excited for you to learn about it. So what is the time value of money? According to Investopedia, the time value of money is a concept that a sum of money is worth more now than that same sum will be at a future date due to its earning potential, meaning due to its earning potential in investments into the stock market. The time value of money is really a core principle in finance, but I find that it's often just not understood by non-finance folks and really underutilized in today's world. So let's think about the time value of money from a business perspective. Suppose that you're an investor and you have the option of receiving money today or the same amount of money in 2 years from now. Most investors prefer to receive money today rather than the same amount of money in the future. Because again, that money that you receive today, once invested, can grow over time. You may be asking, how does this work? Well, once that money is deposited into, say, a savings account or an investing account, it earns interest over time. And that initial money that has earned interest then earns more interest over time. And this is the power of compounding interest. And we'll have a video about compounding interest coming up, where you can learn all about what it is, the magic behind it, and how to use it. But for this video, it's important to think about the returns that you can get on the interest from that initial deposit into the bank account. Suppose that money is not invested at all. Say that it's just, lying underneath your mattress for 3 years. That money actually loses value over time because of things like inflation rate and the fact that it's not gaining any interest on that money. So you're not actually adding any money to that money that's already there. And this is why money can lose value over time. Finance people will even say that keeping your money in a standard bank account, a standard bank savings account, you'll actually lose money over time because the interest rates on those bank accounts are so low and inflation rate is much higher than what you're earning on those interest rates. Basically, if you're not investing in the stock market, you're really losing out on a ton of potential money that could be yours, so easily, and all you have to do is be able to invest it. So why is time value of money so important? It's because a sum of money today can actually be worth more than that same sum of money in the future. And that's because, of course, money grows and gets interest over time, and that's how the value of that money increases. And so if you're not investing, if your money is just sitting under the mattress or in, some sort of standard bank account or in your underwear drawer, it's gonna lose money over time. So what's really important to understand is that money today has potential to grow over time. And that's why $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow. It's because it has that extra time to be able to grow and grow and grow and grow. Well, now that we understand that money actually loses value over time, it's really important to understand how we can take this concept and apply it to our everyday lives and use it effectively so that, our money has a better chance to grow. The beauty about the time value of money is that you can actually use the time value of money principles and formulas to calculate the present value. Say that you were gonna get $10,000 in 2 years. You can actually calculate what that's worth now. Or you can use the time value of money formula for future value to calculate what your present money, say your $1,000 that you got as your bonus from work, is going to be in the future if it's invested time and time again. And being able to calculate both the present and the future value helps you to be able to make informed decisions about your money, its growth, where you want to invest it, and just how you can be able to leverage this information to make better informed decisions, or even in this example that I love, negotiation. So whether that be negotiation of your job offer, negotiation of, how often you get paid, it's all super relevant to time value of money. And I feel like a lot of people just don't understand this concept and therefore can't apply time value of money to their negotiations to be better negotiators and more informed users of money. So let's take a look at an example to see how the future value of money is actually calculated in today's value. Suppose you have a job offer. It's January 1st, you got a job offer. Congratulations, first of all. Second of all, the contract for your new job says that you're gonna get paid $50,000 at the end of this year and $60,000 at the end of next year. Now, because you're a millennial, you know that you're probably only gonna be at this job for 2 years. So take your $50,000 at the end of this year and your $60,000 at the end of next year. Using the time value of money principles and formula to calculate the present value, we can actually determine how much that $50,000 that you're gonna get in 1 year is today and how much that $60,000 is that you're gonna get in 2 years is today, and be able to understand how we can use this information as a factor for negotiation for a higher salary or different pay frequency or other benefits and things like that. So in this example, we're gonna assume a 10% rate of return or cost of capital. This is just to make our math a little bit easier. Normally the rate of return, if you invest in the stock market, is about 8 to 9%. So this is 10%. And we're just gonna use this to make our math a little bit easier and to make it easier for you to understand too. So let's start with that $50,000 that you'll receive at the end of the year. So basically 1 year from now. The present value formula equals the future value divided by 1 plus R, and R is that rate of return of 10%, to the power of N. And N is how many years out are you gonna get paid. So we know again that R is equal to 10% or 0.1. And for our $50,000 that we're gonna get paid at the end of this year, N is equal to 1 because it's just 1 year away. So your $50,000 today is worth $50,000, that's the future value, that's the value of the money that you're gonna get, divided by 1 plus the rate of return to the power of 1. So let's say again, the rate of return is 10%, so that is $50,000 divided by 1.1, which is actually equal to $45,454. So your $50,000 is actually $5,000 less than you thought it was in today's value. Now let's look at that $60,000. So say that your $60,000 is divided by, again, that same 1.1, but now to the power of 2 because it's 2 years away. You're gonna have to wait 2 years in order to get that $60,000. When we calculate that, our $60,000 is actually $49,587 in today's value. So this means that while you think you're gonna be getting $50,000 plus $60,000, which is $110,000, you're actually getting $95,041 in today's value. That's a difference of almost $15,000, which is just left off the table when it comes to the money that you can get. And so because you're getting paid a year from now and 2 years from now, you can use the time value of money principles in these calculations in your job offer negotiations to really make sure that you're getting that money earlier and that you have the opportunity to invest that money into the stock market to generate those returns. There's 2 ways I can think about in this example to use the time value of money principles in that negotiation for your job offer. One is because there's $15,000 left on the table, you thought you were gonna get 110, you're actually gonna get 95-ish. You can use that to negotiate the salary. So you could say, instead of $50,000 at the end of this year, I actually want, $55,000. And instead of $60,000 at the end of the project, or, in 2 years from now, I actually want $70,000. Now, of course, that money itself is going to lose value over time, just as we calculated, but at least you can kind of offset those costs and make sure that you're getting and extracting the full value of that money that goes into your pocket and into your bank account. Now, another way I can think of is the whole, story about time value of money is making sure that you get that money earlier on. So instead of getting paid at the end of this year, at the end of next year, maybe you could negotiate and say, hey, I want to get, semi-annual payments or quarterly payments, or maybe I want to get paid every month. So money coming into your pocket more frequently is actually more beneficial because you get that money earlier on, you can invest it into the stock market, pay off your expenses, and therefore you have more opportunity for that money to grow. So those are just 2 negotiation tactics that you can leverage in terms of time value of money, and I hope that's helpful for you. If you have any other thoughts about how to leverage time value of money in terms of negotiation or any other life scenarios, please drop a comment below and let me know. I'm so excited to be able to learn from you and think about how we can really maximize time value of money in our everyday lives. So knowing this, in my next job negotiation, hopefully when I graduate from school, I'm definitely planning on using these time value of money principles in my negotiation to make sure that I am getting the value that I deserve. And I hope that you can try this too. Let me know how it goes and keep me posted in the comments below. If you liked this video and you like content like this, be sure to like the video and hit subscribe so that you can see more content like this. And of course, please feel free to always drop a comment so we can further the discussion and just keep in touch with each other. That being said, thank you so much for coming to this Roundup Save video. I hope to see you next time, and until then, have a good one.